Hey, newbie babes. I know I'm loud. I know I'm extra. I'm that every day. But hey, everybody. As you can see, I am black. Well, duh, I'm black. But I am back a blonde for a little while, not too long, because I looked at my calendar when I was ready to, when I have something else planned. And I'm like, I got to get my hair done soon. But then I looked at my calendar and I said, shoot, we literally have like 2 more weeks of January left. Like, I'm telling my hairstylist, I'm kind of I got to figure out what time I need to schedule. I'm trying to get myself together and I cannot get myself together. But no, hi. I just got home from church. I'm not going to necessarily say why I, kind of backed myself away from church. I'm just going to say that was yesterday's issue and not today's issue. So today I literally am going to be doing a mental health check-in. I said this when I was recording my video before I went out to do my makeup. So I wanted to do a mental health check-in because, yeah. But tune in, subscribe, like, comment. Follow me on Instagram, TikTok. Your girl is coming back out of the woodworks. But now we're about to get into it because it's been a lot going on, honey. Whatever. Get your popcorn. If you don't got some popcorn, imagine it is somewhere with some good butter, salt, tape, because y'all know I'm a condiments type of girl. But yes, newbie babes, I've missed y'all. And let's get it started. But yes, so with my today's mental check-in, I honestly just kind of wanted to talk about mental health, literally, because if any of you know, mental health is very much something big in my life. Like, it's probably mental health is number one, like, on everything that I think about, cherish. No, mental health is number one. Coming into the year, I'm not going to say that I had a lot planned out, but I will say that, like, the first, what's today, the 14th? The first, what was Friday, the 12th? The first probably, like, 12 days of the month were probably, like, the worst days for me. I found myself, like, feeling defeated. I found myself feeling like I'm just, out of a bloom. I found myself disconnected from me. Like, I was physically everywhere, but I was not physically everywhere. And I could not explain it. I could not understand it. I could not gather. I could not do anything. Like, nothing was coming to my head on why I was disconnected. And I just literally just started planning out more so of handing my mental disabilities to God. And the reason I call them mental disabilities is because if it's a time where I cannot explain why I am dysfunctional mentally, emotionally, spiritually, I feel like that's a disability for me, because in a sense, me personally, I always feel like I have an answer to what's going on with me. If I'm sitting here and I'm bloated, I know it's because I'm consuming too much of something. If I'm sitting here too tired, it's because I know that I'm not getting enough rest. If I know what's wrong with me. In these first couple of days, I could not tell myself what was wrong. I literally journal every day before I start my day off at work. Work is another thing, because I've been making so many mistakes, and even though those mistakes can be either corrected or handled, it's taking a toll on me too, because it's just like I'm dysfunctional outside of work. I'm dysfunctional inside of work. What is going on? Like, y'all, I literally was having a mental breakdown every single day. Like, from the time I'm not going to say January 1st. No, I did. I was kind of upset that day. I was upset that day too. Even though I had a good time that day, that was my last day home. I think I was angry because I had to leave home, and that never happens. Like, everybody knows when I go to New York, I kind of get in this thing where I'm ready to come back the day I touch down, and that's exactly what happened. I cried the first day I got there because I was ready to come back to Columbia. But this time, like, I wanted to stay. I didn't want to leave. So yeah, like, the first day, January 1st was a little hard. I'm not gonna hold you, because I knew I had to leave somewhere where I had a break-free moment from reality having to come back into reality. When I came back Tuesday morning into New York, because I got, back to Columbia, sorry, because I took the bus home. I literally came home, I took a shower, I probably laid down for like 15 minutes max, and got right back up and got ready to go to work and did a whole working shift. Came home, took my tree down. Didn't know it was a thing to take the tree down on the 6th. Took my tree down, unpacked, did laundry. Like, I have been on GoPro mode. Like, I've been 4K straight go. And at some point, we have to decide when we're going to, you know, take an ease for ourselves. I did like declare for myself this year, I'm going to take myself out on a date each month. Just to give myself dates. I give a lot of people my time, but I feel like sometimes I don't give me a lot of me time. So I am declaring every countdown for my time. And January 1st was the first day I took myself to the Balloon Museum. As you all seen, I did the mini vlog. If you have not watched it, please click on this video because that museum was too cute. Sorry that you missed it because the last day was last week. But no, I've literally been in such I don't understand what's going on with me. I don't understand what's wrong with me. I don't understand. And it's been such a mind-blowing thing for me not to understand what's wrong with me, because every day I want to cry. Y'all, when I went into church today, and you know what's crazy? Now that I'm thinking about it, I feel like my emotional state when it comes to church is like at a ultimate high. Like, I feel like I'm always being spoken to no matter what the circumstances is. And because I went by myself, it was just, this was my first time at the church. I went to Forward City Church. You know, everybody refers it to Club 2 Notch, and I'm not gonna hold you. I caught the vibes, and I'm gonna explain my way of everything. So there's a 9 o'clock service, and then there's an 11:30 service, right? So I thought it was 11 o'clock. So I woke up, got ready, and was prepared to be there for 11 o'clock. I had to park because parking is limited. I had to park across the street, and then they had a shuttle bus. So I'm on the shuttle bus. I get inside. I don't know where I'm supposed to go, what I'm supposed to do for first timers. I don't know. I did not know anything. You know what I did? I went with the flow. I said, you know what? God got me here today, so God gonna passage me wherever I need to go, lead me in whatever pathway. So I get in a line, not knowing that this line is for people that's already been here. This is my first time here. This is only my third day here. This was my first time here. So then when we had to wait outside, I thought I was waiting in the club line. I'm not going to hold you. Then, mind you, the line that I got in, there's a whole like recording with like somebody with a mic and, you know, whoever's at the church. I said, dang. So not only did I get in a line, you know, I'm over here on the big screen or wherever I'm doing. So I go and like, we finally get, you know, to start heading inside. And I sat next to somebody that was on the shuttle bus with me, but then a member of the church, she came and she was like, well, can somebody move to the front? So I'm just looking like, well, I'm by myself. So, you know, it's not going to be really nothing for me to go to the front. But then I'm just like, wait, the camera going to be on me. Like, because they have like a lot of cameras. I said, dang, the camera going to be on me. But again, who cares? So I went to the front and it was just like off rip when they starting and singing. I was ready to cry. And in my head, I'm like, I was supposed to wear my glasses. I forgot my glasses. I can't see without my glasses. I can't cry, but I did cry today. I cried. I was holding it for a good couple of minutes. I promise y'all I was holding it. I promise y'all I was holding it. But it was just one point that I had to release like every frustration, every emotional strength, everything that was pissing me off within the first 2 weeks of the year, first 2 weeks of the month just came out. And here I go, wiping it away. Like, yeah, I can let it go. I can let it go. I can let it go. And it just kept coming. The tears were not stopping. They weren't doing, they just were, we need to release you before we start. You know, like that's how my body was. We need to release you. And then, like, you know, somebody came and gave me tissue, but I still kept crying. Like, I'm not even under, like, I just kept crying. Like, I had to release all of that because, again, mentally, like, I don't know what's wrong. Like, I just don't know what's wrong. A lot of times, people have so much to say about your mental health. A lot of times, people have so much to say about, you know, what you're doing, how hard you're working, you're putting too much time into work. Let me tell you something. sometimes a lot of us know, and I'm going to speak for self, but I'm going to say us because we're all mankind. But sometimes some of us know when we are literally, and when I mean literally, literally at our breaking point. Some of us know. But sometimes some of us cannot control when we are at our breaking point. I've probably been at my breaking point every single day. And every day I've probably quit on myself and my mind. My body is still saying go. Like, that's the problem when we judge people sometimes, when we don't understand why they do things, or we don't understand why they're in situations that they're in. It's because we don't understand the controls that they have within self. So it's just like, I could not control that my body was on go. And what's crazy, Thursday I had to get off late because of a situation at work. And I went to bed probably at like 2 o'clock in the morning. I've been setting myself on a sleep schedule because I've been overly stressed to go to bed at 10 and be up by 7 every day. That's what? 11, 12 plus 7. That's 9 hours of sleep every day. Do you know that I was more awake when I had to wake up after getting off at 10, coming in probably at like what, 8, 9 o'clock, getting off at 10, going to sleep at 2, and faithfully waking up back at 6:30 the next morning to get to work between the hour of 7 and 8, and had no issues. But I've been struggling to wake up out of a 9-hour sleep. Like, that does not make any sense to me. So again, my body has been present, but my mind is in a completely opposite place. I don't know where my mind has been. And that's honestly, like, before today, well, before all of this started happening, I had already declared that I was coming to church this year. Like, I was basically just coming. I didn't have no reasoning like of why I was coming to church. It was just, we kind of need to get you back in church. We want to get back into it. So when I started having all these issues, and I found what I wanted to kind of give God in the reasoning of why I'm coming to church now, I really wanted him to give him my mental disabilities. Like, my main mental disability is not knowing what's wrong with me. Like, something is really wrong with me, but I cannot say what it is. Like, I just don't know. I also want to give him that mindset of, that the mentality of words, the passages, the proverb, like everything that honestly I needed in these last 2 weeks was here for me. I'm sitting here like, when they said, let's welcome all our newcomers, and the newcomers is to my left, and I'm looking at myself like I'm in the wrong spot. I just said, you know what? I'm not in the wrong spot. Because remember, I said I let God lead me and tell me where I was going when I walked in today. So I literally was just in the front crying, being praised, lifting my hands up, just feeling like I had a purpose today. Like, I woke up with a purpose today, but I felt even more purposeful when I stood where I was at, where I sat where I was at, where I was at. I felt so powerful, like being able to release myself, really channel, what's probably fighting inside of me needs something and a reason to come out. And it's crazy because everybody knows I can't live without my phone. Like, if we're anywhere, I'm on my phone, I'm texting, I'm calling somebody. Unless it was something, because I'm on call this weekend for work, I was trying to make sure I didn't miss no messages. I just kept checking in. But my homeboy that plays at the church, he see me and he was just like, this is you at the front. And I'm like, yeah, but I can't really see you because my eyes are like Terry, and the lights that's on the stage is not helping because my eyes is like, they're puffy. But I just want to embrace that I but before going to church today, I really understood that something was wrong with me, and I took time to declare that I needed something to do, something. I needed to do something about something being wrong with me. Mental health for anybody is very important. Mental health is very much, it's overlooked sometimes. And a lot of places is, we got to do what we got to do, and we need you at all costs to be on top of what you need to do. And yeah, when I get to work tomorrow, I'm just gonna look over like a lot of things that I've did probably in a couple of weeks. That way I'm catching the mistakes that I've made beforehand, before they get escalated. Not only because I don't want to get in trouble, but just more so of, it's better to call out your mistakes. It's better to take accountability of your mistakes. Take accountability of everything you're doing in life. That way that you're not, making more mistakes in the future. You address situations at the moment. That way that you don't wait too long and you're now at your breaking point. Because I feel like I'm at my breaking point with the simple fact that I cannot identify what's wrong with me. But now I'm about to look within the last 2 weeks to see what needs to be corrected, what needs to be updated, what haven't I done in these last 2 weeks because of my mental disability that I can make sure I get done before the month is over. So yes, I'm feeling way much better today. I got my hair done, so you already know when you get your hair done, you feel like that girl. And then I went outside. I'm about to post me some pictures. I just wanted to share this because y'all know I'm a very transparent person. Y'all know I'm a very open book. Like, I don't sugarcoat. I don't come in here to lie. Even though apparently that's been said by multiple people. And it's crazy because y'all would never expect for other people to come and inform. Well, you wouldn't expect, for some people really don't expect when they have specific conversations on others, for the conversations to get back to that person. And honestly, all I can say today is I pray for you all, just like I'm praying for myself. I pray for you all. A very big word that I got today: I'm not in competition with nobody this year. Let me make that clear for everybody, not just the people in the back, but the people in the front, the people in the middle, the people on the sides. I'm not the people on the sides. I'm not in competition with nobody this year. You can't do anything that's going to make me be upset with myself, and I can't do anything that's going to make you be upset with yourself. I feel like everybody has transformative ideas and creations for themselves, and I declare that that's going to happen for everybody, not just the people in my life, but everybody everywhere. You want it, you're going to speak it, you're going to manifest it, you're going to affirm it, and it's going to happen for you. God's timing is perfect timing. So if it needs to happen for you, it's going to happen for you. But again, I'm not in competition with nobody this year. I don't hate anybody. I really forgive anybody. Like, if I did something wrong, here's my public apology. Like, especially if I didn't know. Because sometimes people can't come to you, and I'm not even going to say, and it's more so on a whole level of people just don't respect or people can't do it. Sometimes you can't do it. Sometimes you don't got the courage. Everybody's not let me address the issue, let me address the elephant in the room. Everybody's not like me. I like to address things, whether it's single-handedly, as a group, whatever it is. I don't go on social media to try to throw subliminals to people just to make them feel sometimes. No, I don't do that. If I have a feeling that is negative, or it might be what's not normal, I feel like it's very adult to communicate that. Call, text, whatever I got to do. I'm just so happy that I was able to do a mental health check-in. A lot of people don't know that mental health for me is a very top priority, and I don't play that when it comes to mental health, and I stand 10 toes down on my mental health. I get very frustrated when I overheard a conversation about my mental health, and it pissed me off more because I will fight. Like, I will definitely stand 10 toes down and fight for my mental health. But because I know I can't fight certain people, it's going to make me angry, and I'm going to cry because now I want to fight you. And everybody know when I get to that point. So it's just like, yeah, I've grown out of those aspects because sometimes certain things don't need to be handled in aggressive ways. They could be handled passive aggressive. They could be handled assertive, but some things just don't require you putting your hands on people. So that's what frustrates me, because I know that's what I want to do. And because I have to choose being the bigger person, I'm going to cry because I really don't want to be the bigger person. So that was me doing that on the chair. I don't need anybody to think I'm farting. But I just want to say cheers to a new week. Cheers to the next couple of days in a month. Like, even though it's a leap year, baby, time gonna go. Time is gonna go. We're not too far ahead, but I just feel like when we get to the 15th of the month, I'm already at the end of the month. Anything after halfway passage is the end of the month for me, end of the day, end of the time, end of the whatever. But I want to thank you all for tuning in today. Again, like I said, Follow me on TikTok. Follow me on Instagram. I know I've been missing, but it's time for me to lock back in. It's time for me to check back in. It's time for me to just give everything up to God. Like, God is going to lead me in the way that he needs to lead me. And I know that for a fact, I will not be anywhere without him. So I want to thank you all so much. Noviae babes, I'm so sorry. You know, I do this little, it's hard. It is hard. Don't get me wrong. I'm going to say it again. It was hard. And coming from doing a whole month worth of Vlogmas, posting every single day, you can only imagine what it was like to get a break. You can only imagine what it was like to get a break. You can only imagine, for me, what it was like to get a break. So again, I thank y'all. I am going to be better. I speak it into, I manifest, I affirm it. I am going to be better mentally. God is going to take my mental disabilities and get rid of all of them. When I tell you, he is going to get rid of all of them. And then what made it even today so special, this was my granny's. Vintage Tommy Hilfiger is 10 out of 10. Highly recommend. And everybody was, and that's the crazy thing too, because when I got there, everybody like, I love this. What is, yeah. I should have been, well, technically I was the Grinch, but not for Halloween, for Christmas. But yes, thank you all. I hope you all have a great week. It's 2K24 bookies. Somebody need to get that for my PS5, please. But cheers to another day. Cheers to a great day. Cheers to everybody that is dealing with mental health disabilities right now. We all need a helping hand, a praising hand, a worshiping hand, a praying hand, because we don't never know what anybody else is going through. The strong, the weak, anybody, you don't never know what anybody's going through. And we always need somebody else to just bestow some good, positive, and healing energy towards us. So thank you. Bye. Buenas noches, Spooky.